Hey guys, just checking in to see how everyone is doing. I really hope that you're connecting to the latest batch of spiritual information that I've been sharing. I feel super passionate about it, and mainly what I want to communicate today, and the key point from all of the information I've been sharing, is that you have so much co-creative power to begin tapping, exploring, and expressing. That is just like kind of the core of what I've been working on by choosing faith as my word of the year and choosing / resolving, deciding, declaring to begin mastering the mechanics of manifestation. It is understanding that we have so much co-creative power within ourselves, and that we have the complete backing of God, the universe, divine beings, whatever it is, however you see it, supporting you and bringing forth these desires based on the energy that you can give towards your intentions. So I think this work is so important. I think it's fun, I think it's exciting, and I think it's important. First, it's fun because you're defining goals that are meaningful to you, whether they're simply to address monetary needs, desires, wants, whatever, or if it's taking you deeper into your soul. And the reason manifestation is always going to be connected to taking you deeper into your soul is because it's always going to require you to clear fear, doubt, and worry to make room for the confidence and faith necessary to bring forth the desires of your heart. So it doesn't matter what level your intention. It doesn't matter what level your intention is. If it's you're scared, your back's against the wall, you need to meet a financial obligation, which is how mine started. Not that I could stay in that scared place to get anywhere, but it required me to look at that scared state. Or it's all the way you've kind of like moved through a few rungs of it, and you are ready to more confidently express what you came here to do from a soul perspective. From a soul perspective, I believe that we are all here on purpose, and I believe that we're all here to push the needle on our own awakening. However that looks, it may be a very conscious effort, it may be an unconscious effort in the sense that you're faced with certain things as challenges arise. It can be a conscious effort by choosing to do so without the requirement of a challenge showing up in your life to learn certain lessons. It can be a combo as well. But yeah, so I believe that I just believe it's so empowering to tap your own co-creative power. I believe that you can begin defining your life on your terms. You can begin to orchestrate your life based on whatever it is you decide is most important to you. I really highly encourage people to get clear on that, to get clear on what they believe is the highest thing that they were sent here to do, or at least the highest thing that you can see from wherever you are right now. It can be to express a certain quality. I know my sister-in-law knows for sure that she's here to express kindness, and she does that, and now she's more readily defining her life around that. It can be that, as a mother, that you're here to help raise your kids, to be the pillar of your family. It can be more mission-based. I know my good friend Lindsay is doing so through nonprofit work or through for-profit work, always focused on empowering women. It can be 100 million different things, but I know it's always based in goodness, and I know it's always based in the soul desiring to express the good, the holy, and the beautiful. And it all starts by just beginning to see and believe that you have this capacity within yourself to create, to define a desire, to become clear on a desire, to begin tapping into your own capacity to bring it to life with and in conjunction with God, with the universe supporting you in it. And for me, how that's looked and how I've kind of incorporated that in a deeper way this past year is by developing a faith-based belief system that started by listing out a ton of affirmations that were building faith in my faith. And I've shared it in previous posts, and I will continue to share it. And I encourage you to use them, to write your own affirmations, whatever it is, to help support you in knowing that you are a powerful co-creator, to knowing that you are deeply supported, to knowing that you are inseparable from the abundance of the universe, to knowing that you live in a miraculous universe, that you just so much goodness, so much good stuff, and being able to shift into that I will call it a consensus reality where you're agreeing to this new way of seeing the world. And let me just talk a second about consensus realities. And that seems like some sort of like highfalutin abstract word, but it's nothing more than a group of people agreeing to see a world through the same lens and then having all their stories affirm that way of seeing the world. So for me, I previously saw the world as I needed to go to school and get a good, safe, secure job in order to feel fulfilled and safe through life. And then now it's choosing to know that I am safe through my ability to co-create based on my soul's desires without needing the security of a certain paycheck, but being able to create on my terms. And so and I've seen it work in both ways. Like, you can see the old consensus reality, and you will see people that are still deeply rooted in it have their 100 reasons as to why that's the only way and why it's absolute truth and why another way won't work. And then you can tap into this new consensus reality and have 100 other people share how life is working on their terms. And so it's really about choosing. It's really about seeing that you have a choice there and empowering yourself to have that choice, empowering yourself to make the choice that makes most sense to you, what's most desirable to you. It's not that, I'm not necessarily trying to convince you. Wait. Okay, so yes, I am. I'm trying to convince you of the faith-based one, because I want to hold space for being all in on faith, being all in on a non-linear, miraculous universe. I am in favor of letting go of the old way of thinking. I am in favor of no longer lingering between the two. And so what happens when we linger between our old way of seeing the world and the desired way of seeing the world is that we keep getting stories that match both faith and doubt, and we're not completely shifting to only seeing stories that match our faith. And so I highly encourage people to make the choice in the quick. There will be some sort of like straddling the two until you're finally done with the old. When you decide to be done with the old, you will not be struggling between the two. And that really has been a really big aha for me in this past month. I had a lot of inner movement earlier this month, and that was a big one, is like deciding, oh, I have to choose to be all in on this one. And when you're all in on the new one, you stop identifying with the struggle between the two, which is a real key factor, because that struggle between the two can become an identity. And it's something that my mentor had taught me a long time ago when we thinking about the two wolves parable, the Native American parable with the two wolves, where it's essentially an elder is teaching a young boy the difference between feeding the white wolf and the black wolf. Well, the white wolf are the higher qualities of love, compassion, service, abundance, all of that. And the black wolf represented the opposite, which was like fear, greed, doubt, worry. And at one point, the young boy asked the elder, like, which one wins? And the elder says, the one that you choose to feed. And my mentor wanted to take a step further and say that there's going to be a part of you that at some point will identify with this struggle between the two. And so even when you are moving and really committed to being all in on the white wolf, because you've identified with the struggle, you will try to feed the black wolf just to keep up that struggle in your identification. And that's the same with moving from doubt to faith. If you will continue to feed that doubt if you still want to be in a consensus reality where doubt and faith coexist. You have to decide to be done feeding your doubt and to be all in on faith. And that's when you no longer are identified with the struggle and you really pop into the new consensus reality, and you're all in on seeing that that's the way that your world is going to work. That's the way you are defining it to work. And those are the examples that will show up because you are choosing to confirm that new reality. You're not confirming the struggle, and you're not confirming the old reality. And that is really huge, and that was a huge aha moment for me. And I will also share that when I thought that I made that choice, when I made that choice really like wholeheartedly and really felt that I had popped in fully into the new consensus reality, I was then shown by the universe. I think I did start to feel that struggle just a tiny bit more, and I realized, oh wait, the universe is just asking for my confirmation one more time. Where do I want to be? So that, just see it that way. When you have a struggle between the two, say like, oh wait, the universe just needed me to make that decision one more time. And do it until you are so all in on the new way. You just can't even remember the old way because It just doesn't make sense anymore. Anyway, again, the point of sharing all this is just to say that you are so powerful, and you can choose to explore this power. You can choose to adopt a thought system that supports it, and you can choose to begin creating in your life in a way that supports that new way of seeing. So that's what I'm sharing with you today. You are so powerful, and you are so deeply supported, and you are inseparable from the abundance of the universe. So with that being said, choose to tap that power. Choose to be more clearly define what you're here to do, and choose to see that, to walk that out in your life. All right, I'll check in another time. Bye.